Hi, so now I'm on to the planting stage. We have our soil mix all together, and although the surface looks like it's all this material, there's about a half an inch of the sunshine mix and then a different mix below it. And the idea is we want the seedlings to be getting through this mix easily and into the regular mix. And this is kind of a substitute for the topsoil. And if we use the other mix, it might be too dry for them when they're little. So we have 300 seeds here, and once I have planted the seeds, I'm going to add about a half or 2/3 of a jar of sand over it. And the idea with the sand is this is kind of our wetter layer for the roots and the plants to grow in. And the sand, due to the fact that a lot of fungi don't like to live on sand, it's kind of slightly antifungal. All right. And we really want to get these seeds pretty well spread out over the whole mix. And hopefully within about 1 year to 2 years, these guys will be ready to be
Yeah, let's get a close look at your seeds there. Hold on. Okay.
So I'm going to go nice and slow with these seeds because I really want to get them evenly spread out. So this will take a little while. And these seeds were just harvested from our own plants in the last year or so. So they should be highly viable. And once I'm done planting these seeds and putting the sand on top, I'm going to write on the container exactly when they were planted and exactly what the mix is. Because one of the things that we're still trying to figure out is what is the best way to grow these seeds. Our research and our plants have shown that it can be grown in, these peyote seeds can be grown in different mixes and people can have lots of success. But we're trying to see what works best. And once we have some results, we'll report back on that. Just a few more to plant. One of the things that we found is that if we plant the seeds with too much of the fluff that is pretty common when you're separating your seeds, that basically all the different things that aren't seeds are kind of mold magnets. And that's pretty much the hardest thing about growing these. Almost anybody can get them started. It's no more complicated than starting other seeds, but the environment that they require needs to be much more humid than for other plants when they're young. So in a humid environment, you're just always dealing with bacterial and fungal issues. And although the seedlings are fairly resistant, once some start to die, the fungus can easily spread. So getting your mix together, keeping it humid, that's really important. But if it's too humid and too wet, you'll get fungal issues. So right now I'm going to add a thin layer of sand, and the sand is a little bit resistant to some of the fungal issues. And the soil, before I put it in the pressure cooker, we did add a little bit of water to it. So pretty much our mix is ready to go. We don't want it to be too wet. We're just going to cover it with plastic, put it on heating mats, and under the fluorescent lights with other seeds that we've started this year and other years. And we'll be checking up on it almost every day, and within the next couple of weeks we should see lots of little seedlings that poke up through this sandy mix. So we have have our 300 seeds planted in our seedling mix. I'm gonna add just a little bit more sand to the top, and we're ready to see how they do. Okay. Okay, I like this one.